Welcome back to the Disc Golf Show, guys. I am Nick, and this is episode 31 of the 2025 season. We're almost to Christmas here. We wish you guys a wonderful Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We hope you have a wonderful time with family or friends, whichever that may be. But as always, you know that this podcast is brought to you in part by our local pro shop, Final Nine Sports. If you're in the Northern California, Sacramento area, you can check out their two locations, one in Rocklin and one in Orangevale. We always do suggest, please go support your local pro shop. However, if you're unable to find what you're looking for, we have a remedy for that, and that is Disc Golf Deals USA. If you go to discgolfdealsusa.com/disc golf show, you can save 10% off of your entire order, though some exclusions do apply. Let's get into the news, guys. We like to start things off on a good note, and this is one of the best that you can start off on. Big shout out to Grady and Paige Shue. They have a new addition to their family, another little girl, Penelope Rae. So congratulations on that. Talking about youngsters, not that young, but younger. We have an 18-year-old by the name of Dallas Garber. He is currently rated at 1,025, and he is one of maybe the only sponsored player by Stokely Discs to get his DGPT card exemption for the 2026 season. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that name, Dallas Garber, moving into the upcoming season. If you happen to know of somebody that you think is an ideal person to receive a sportsmanship award, the PDGA is currently still accepting applications all the way up until December 31st for the PDGA Bob West Memorial Sportsmanship Award. So if you do have somebody in mind, you can always submit them for that possible award. Moving on to our friend of the show, Simon Lizotte. This goes out to a video that he recently posted. He's been designing many courses, several courses, a few courses, however you want to look at it, over the past year, and he's got a new one, and this one's going to be in, partial design. More input onto a current design in Canada. And we know that he is is half Canadian, and this is going to be in Nova Scotia. It's held on like a ski resort type property. It is very elevated with a lot of the shots, a lot of elevation to them. But the person who currently designed it had him out there, and he is putting his professional 2 cents in on how to make it more challenging for the pros, because looking forward, he is hoping to possibly get a Worlds held at this property, which would be cool, having a Worlds event. We know that it's always been held in the U.S. outside of this recent year over in Europe. And, if we can get that Worlds jumping around the world, that would be really cool to see. So hopefully that could possibly happen in the upcoming future. Biggest news really came from Kristin Latt. Though she had earlier this year said she's not competing in disc golf, she is still going to be involved in disc golf. And if she's not competing, then this is the next best thing. Her insight, her professionalism, her candor that she has is a great representation for professional disc golf, if not just humans in general. And she is joining the commentary team moving into 2026. And mainly, she stated she's going to be on the commentary team for the Swedish Open, Ale Open, and the European Open, which is awesome. One of my favorite events to watch is that European Open. So I look forward to seeing her grow in that position, and whether she comes back in a professional competitive manner or not, if we can get Kristin Latt involved in the sport in a way that she can represent even more, all the better. Last but not least, news-wise, we have the PDGA Rules of Disc Golf and Competition Manual updates recently posted on their website for 2026. So if you do compete in the in professional or amateur tournaments, definitely go check those out, because you are going to need to know your rules prior to playing in tournaments. It's always a helpful part of playing competitively. Before we do move on to the disc golf question of the episode, we do appreciate the subscribes, the likes, the shares, and if you feel like you need it, you can always hit that notification bell for upcoming episodes. Moving on to the question of the episode. This one actually comes from a post made by Paul Kranz. Paul Kranz recently made a post stating that he had been doing some putting practice, and over a total so far of 1,000 putts, he had a 94.5% make percentage from 24 feet, which is pretty sweet, if you ask me. And the only drawback of that is he's got 29,000 more to go. So good luck on that, Paul. But the question that came out of this for me is, how important is off-season training for professional athletes, specifically pro disc golfers? We know it's important for your everyday athlete when it comes to football, baseball, anything like that. But how important do you think it is for disc golfers? And how important or how big of a part of disc golf do you think it will be in the growth of the professional side of disc golf? Let us know below. It's always good to hear your opinions, and I look forward to checking those out. Moving on to gear and equipment, guys. This segment is brought to you by Disc Golf Deals USA. So again, discgolfdealsusa.com/discgolfshow. You can save 10% off of your entire order. That includes baskets, bags, carts, plastic, accessories, discs, all those goods. There are a few exclusions that do apply, but definitely go save that money. Last week, there were no approvals, so I didn't miss anything. As for this most recent week, we had 2 approvals, one being a disc, one being a basket, and the disc came from Qingdao Hippo Sports Products Company Limited. Long name there. The disc name, the landing, it looked like it was probably maybe a fairway driver or something like that. The basket, however, came from the disc store. It was called the Grow the Sport 28 permanent basket. So, if you're looking at getting new baskets for an upcoming course or anything like that, it's always good to have options. So go check those out. Last but not least, we do know footwear is the most important part of your game because you use it on every throw. And we like to promote those that do support our beloved sport. That being Ideo Sports with the Syncrasy and Brawler and Vessi shoes. So go check them out. Personal taste applies as to which one you will like more. Moving on to the mailbag, guys, the last couple things we do want to hit on are a product review, and that comes from Grumpy Goats Towels, Grumpy Goats Disc Golf. They just released a new quick dry microfiber towel. So it's a nice looking towel. Large towel at that, but they also have the normal towels. You can get your course put on it. That's kind of their main thing, is you send them layouts for whether it's a tournament layout or just for the club layouts, multiple tees, pin placements. They can include all that stuff, your logo, all that good stuff. And yeah, go check them out. And then as always, we do have the video that we want to share for you to check out. This one, there's a couple things. One is, the first one is not really a specific video. It's an ongoing series of videos from Cole Redalen. He did do an over-the-house shot earlier this year. Well, he's jumped it back up for this off-season, and he's doing a blind ace daily. Each day you get that many shots. So he's, I think, a week in now. He had 7 shots on today's attempt. Hasn't made it, but we look forward to seeing him make that shot. Go check that out. Follow him to see those videos. And then Jomez Putting Game Finale was recently released, and those are always a fun bit. This one, the finale, was actually held at Maple Hill. So go check that out on the Jomez channel, or it might be on the network, Disc Golf Network as well, but definitely on the Jomez channel. All those links will be down below, guys. We really appreciate everything. And this is a short one. It's kind of the Christmas episode, I guess is what you'd call this one. Probably one of the shortest ones yet. I keep saying that, and then they end up being long. Although this one, we're already at the end. So we know you guys love to save money. So there are a few ways that you can do that. One is if you are looking for a new bag, you can go to Upper Park Disc Golf. If you use the code Disc Golf Show, you can save some money there. Again, as always, big shout out to a sponsor of the show, Disc Golf Deals USA, discgolfdealsusa.com/disc golf show, and you can save 10% off of your entire order. Again, baskets, bags, carts, discs, accessories, all your goods that you need for disc golf out on the course and maybe even off the course. Save that 10%. There are a few exclusions that do apply. And last but not least, our local pro shop. Big shout out to Final Nine Sports. 2 locations if you are in the Northern California, Sacramento area, one in Orangevale and one in Rocklin, California. We couldn't do this without them. They've been a supporter since the very beginning back in 2013 when we started this endeavor. And then as always, thank you very much. If you can, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share it with your friends if you want. And if you need to, hit that notification bell. Last but not least, we hope you have a wonderful Christmas Eve and Christmas with whoever it is that you spend it with. And we look forward to seeing you in the last episode next week for the New Year's episode, I guess. But yeah, have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you in the next episode, guys. Have a good one. Bye.